Geordie Nation, hello, it's been a while, we're back, we're on the intro, it's the end of the season, so that's exciting, isn't it? Hello then folks, welcome back, Geordie Nation, it's me, DoctorBenjyFM, very good to see you, I hope it finds you very, very well. Now, look, this Newcastle season has been a roller coaster of raw emotion. It's been quite mundane, and if you take a look at the fixtures here, you can see just how good we are when there is no pressure whatsoever, no European games in the way. I won 5 in a row. It means pretty much nothing. After the 2-2 against Chelsea, a 3-1 defeat to Brighton followed, and then all of a sudden it was like the clouds cleared, the darkness went, and all of a sudden the sun came through and beating Norwich, Liverpool, and City back to back. I know it's annoying. Bournemouth, Everton. And now we have West Ham today. And the way the league table's set then, we are very much in a Europa League spot ourselves, Arsenal and Tottenham, all sort of within touching distance of one another. And the title race into the final game, that's where the real drama is, viewers. As well as down at the bottom as well. Leeds and Crystal Palace battling out for that final spot in the relegation zone. And Watford can't quite be drawn into it on this occasion. So it's very exciting. The top of the table is going to be really, really interesting. 4 teams, Liverpool, City, Manchester United and Chelsea, could all win the league title. And as much as we're playing West Ham, I think following that journey will be more exciting today's viewers. So strap in as this Newcastle United save becomes a who will win the league. Da-da-dum. It needed a jingle. I haven't got a jingle. But of course, it's a situation for us where we're going to have to be assessing the squad really and figuring out what we want to keep a part of this squad and who we want to leave part of this squad. And that's going to be a tricky summer. Financially, I've spent a lot of money and most of which has been on wages. So I don't know how much money I'm going to be given next season. Of course, we'll find out at the end of this episode. It'll be discovered, it'll be revealed. So, yeah, not ideal though. My player wage expenditure is another 10 million on top. So that is a lot. And even though we're in the Champions League, it's not really made that much difference. We do have some big sponsorship deals, so I think we're going to be okay. But yeah, hopefully we still get lots of money to spend. If not, and this is a bit of a problem, Lautaro Martinez, one way or another, is probably going to leave. So shout out to Lautaro Martinez, who once again, 24 goals and 29, has had a pretty good season. Not as good as last year, but still good. All right, then, West Ham away at London Stadium. We can finish as low as 7th, but again, that's still going to be enough this season to be in the Europa League, I think. So everything's going to be just fine. Team-wise, we're actually not our strongest. We've got injuries all over the place at the moment. So Maximine Odriozola, Delafeu's out, Ruben Diaz. We've got Nathan Ake missing out, as well as Jordan Henderson. And Toby Bull, our backup goalkeeper, can't even start either. He wouldn't have anyway. And that's been a thing of the season, really. We've had a lot of injuries this year. You can see the side there, though, still very, very strong, as Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That was a good purchase, Ben. Throughout the season, in recent times, our form's been pretty good. Admittedly, lots of the players that are injured were a part of that. So this is going to be great. And of course, we will be keeping an eye on what happens elsewhere and who wins the league title. It's no odds to me, viewers. It just looks quite exciting, and I want to pretend I'm a part of it. Of course, next episode will be a bit of a transfer bonanza. Who can we bring in? Of course, the goal of the save, viewers, just to remind you, is to win the Premier League. And how quickly can we do it with Magpies and their millions? I see the takeover stuff's going well, Newcastle fans. Oh, I feel partially responsible. All right, then, here we go. Keep an eye on that league table. I'm even tempted to have the latest scores up, viewers, so we can see what's going on around the grounds, as I've cocked everything up here, viewers. I mean, Liverpool need everybody else to fail. Chelsea win and they win it. I mean, there's lots on the line. And Arsenal have scored against Sheffield United, viewers. Absolute drama. As we've got a free kick here, Luis Alberto, decent position, goes for goal and hits the side netting. Of course, I will sort of focus on what's happening here. Sort of focus. It's literally the game it's the game we're playing, viewers. I've just noticed that City actually play Chelsea. Chelsea away at Manchester City. Do you know what? I should have checked that before, as they're in there. What's gone on there? We've slide tackled them through, and they're not done yet. We still haven't cleared it. We just sort of take it. Oh yeah, clear. That's a great clearance. That is. Take your time. Forward. All right. No goals really going in around the ground. So everything so far is staying exactly as it was. Liverpool away at Norwich. Manchester United have scored and take the lead, and now Chelsea and City know if that just remains a draw, United are going to win the league. It all really rests on what happens at the Etihad, as well, let's focus that we're in London. So let's see. Havertz goes forward. Of course, how do we get here, viewers? That's a question lots of people are wondering. I've got a vague idea. But I know which mode of transport I used. Oh, yeah. Chiesa goes for it. Oh, my word, what's the goalkeeper done? I mean, Livakovic. I've had him in Glory Hunter this season. That was some questionable play, as he's disappeared, viewers. It's like magic. It's very strange. I'll never truly understand why the goals don't show up. As Liverpool take a 2-0 lead, Haaland and Luis with goals. And, it really now is a battle between Manchester United and this game at the Etihad. Liverpool doing their job. They need everyone to fail, though, and it's not going to be very likely. In fact, I'm not even sure, in theory, Liverpool can win it. Now I think about it, as Bowen's shot just goes wide, basically because City and Chelsea play each other, Liverpool can't win it. So it's a matter of whether a team wins that game at the Etihad. That's what it all boils down to, as I've said that probably 3 times now. Here at London Stadium, viewers, it's West Ham United 0, Newcastle 0. We are here, but we're sort of not here. I just like to picture me sort of on the sideline, just with an iPad, just watching Sky Sport. That's a good team, Top Ben. I am pleased. We're holding West Ham, which is positive. Try and fix it, viewers. Look at this now. Look at this. Oh, look at that. 5 of them have changed their minds. Oh God, I'm so upset. I'm confused. I'm demotivated. I'm happy. Brilliant. That's what you want, isn't it? It's not a problem. As Liverpool running away with it, but is there going to be a late twist in the title change? That's the question. Crystal Palace, they're going to be the side to go down. They've probably got a few more players than Leeds that I would maybe consider signing at some point. So that's interesting. Why does our kit sort of blend in with the grass? I don't like that. I don't like the camouflage thing we've got going on here. As Grimaldo's on that side, plays it back into Kai Havertz. Chiesa's on it now. As we're quite fluid in our movements, back to Kai Havertz. We're going to take a shot on goal, viewers. That's what I'd be doing at this point. As Luis Alberto with a very brave switch of play out to Lazaro. Van der Beek now. We've got Havertz again playing it forward to Leon Bailey, who's had a okay season with us. He's reboded it in. Totally needless, but he has. If City and Chelsea just draw 0-0, by the way, that is quite funny. Like I don't really want Manchester United to win the league, I'll be honest, but it's quite funny that the idea that they will do that based off 2 teams just refusing to lose, viewers, which I quite like. No one's doing it. Nobody's doing it. No one's scoring. Bournemouth still being beaten by United, so that's happening as it's pandemonium down there. Palace still going down as well. Here, viewers, it's still 20 minutes to go now in this game, as I think most of our boys are more interested in what happens at the top of the title race. I don't think anyone, if this is a real final day, no one's going, what's happening at London Stadium? Very rarely is that going on, I would imagine, as Luis Alberto's been slide challenged into oblivion, and then Havertz has won the ball back. What's interesting for our team comes after this, really. How much money you've got, how we can reinvest it in the squad. I want to know your thoughts on where you think we need major strengthening. Areas that you've addressed before, I've gone out and signed players in those positions. Like fullbacks, I've sort of been dealt with. The centre-backs with Ake and with Ruben Diaz, again, they're still pretty good. As long as everyone stays fit, it might be another winger, it might be another central midfielder, and of course, replacing Lautaro Martinez might become a thing as Donny van der Beek scores a fantastic goal, runs through the centre of the West Ham defence and pops it into the back of the net. Left-footed finish as well. Really nice goal, this one, actually. As we look at it again, West Ham make a meal of it. Van der Beek charges in. He's got one defender to beat, and he glides past him. And the finish there doesn't even really have to go past him. Just shoots it past the keeper, who can do nothing about it, and West Ham are beaten. I mean, admittedly, the game is not done yet, so let's not get too far ahead. I've gone a bit too far there, viewers, it's fair to say. United still winning, 10 minutes to go. City and Chelsea just refusing to score. Liverpool beating Norwich at Carrow Road. Is there going to be a late goal at the Etihad? One of the team, surely at this point, right, there's 2 minutes to go. There's just an agreement, right? One of us has got to have a goal at some point. As we've got a goal kick here. I mean, late drama in the game at London Stadium, viewers, as it goes into Luis Alberto to Van der Beek, and this was nice football. And Kai Havertz now. You think about some of the names, Chiesa, that we've got in this side. Newcastle fans must still be loving this. They probably aren't loving the fact that we're finishing 6th, but I think after our first year in Europe, that clearly affected us, as that would have been a great goal. I don't actually think this is too bad. I'd have probably taken being back in Europe in some capacity, admittedly the Europa League, and it's not what we're going for, but it will give you the opportunity to have those European players again and to be able to strengthen for a Premier League assault. That's the idea as a late offside there for West Ham. It looks like, I can't believe it's going to be 0-0 at the Etihad. That is appalling, in my opinion. Neither of them have dared to win that game, as it's going back and forth, whips across to the far side. There's 15 seconds to go. It runs out of play. I think our job's going to be done then. We finish ahead of Tottenham, just behind Arsenal, but away off those Champions League places, as that wraps things up then. Are there any late goals, or have United won the league on the final day? They have. Oh, what? Oh my word, okay, City, because of the goal difference, it didn't even matter. They scored in the 93rd minute. Chelsea, though, that is incredible when you look at that. Chelsea started the day top of the league and ended up coming 4th. That is quite something. I've got to say, that is That is something. So United win it. They beat City on goal difference. A bit of revenge for all those years ago. And wow, the Chelsea story there is unreal. You look at it, lost to Arsenal a couple of games ago as well. They've got a Europa League final to come, and I tell you what, I bet morale in the Chelsea dressing room ain't that high. But there we are then. We'll send our assistant off to that team talk. We qualified for the Europa League, which of course is not the favourite thing for everyone to have. 30 million though for finishing 6th, which is good. It puts some money in the bank balance. That's not the bank balance. There it is, 54 million. And of course, with the sponsorship, it'll be interesting to see how much money I get to spend. Will we have some initial budget set, viewers? Let's find out. All right, end of season awards very quickly. Signing of the season, Kai Havertz. He's come in and done really, really well. Goal of the season goes to Lautaro Martinez, who again, 50% of the vote for fans player of the season, running away with it. Luis Alberto just behind, a player that, I don't know, didn't start the season for me particularly well, but definitely played a little bit more as we went along. And towards the end of the season, started pretty much every game. It certainly came back into things. The board are delighted that we've qualified for the Europa League. I'm shocked, to be honest. Ant and Dec, absolutely loving it. Just, oh yes, we're going to Latvia. And in terms of the club vision, the plan continues to be to qualify for the Europa League. At some point, they want us to win something, qualify for the Champions League. They've got no idea. I'm sitting here, Premier League. That's what we want. Oh, I want it next season, viewers. Like, I don't know if the players are aware of this situation. I know that I am. So, I mean, I've just noticed that Lautaro Martinez got goal of the season for us. He's actually got 3rd. Shall we remind ourselves? It's the 11th of December. I honestly can't remember. Remember the 11th of December. It's a common song. Let's take a look then. Oh, yes, no, I do remember. Picks it up, goes past everybody. I think he draws it in, maybe from the edge of the box, actually. I don't think he goes into the penalty area. There it is, though. Oh, it is a lovely goal. I've seen better, but it's 3rd, so it's fair enough. And player of the year as well. Team of the year. Lautaro Martinez back in that team again. Dominated by Manchester United players. Goodness me. Liverpool have got one in there, as have, no Chelsea players. Chelsea were top until, oh dear. As, hello board. Hello board. £118 million then I've been given. And with the, I think it's going to happen, viewers. I've got to say it. With the sale of Lautaro Martinez, who is wanted at the moment by all sorts of teams, might go to a Premier League rival, has got 100 million in his minimum release fee. I can see him going as well. It'll give us a fair amount of money to do the business. I don't think I'll sell him for less than 100 million. I don't know why I would. But to get him in the first place, we need to put that release fee in there. And he's not willing to sign a new contract with just 1 year left. So I think that the chance of him leaving very high. Because of that 1 year left, whether we get 100 million for him or not, I don't yet know. But in the comments, where would you strengthen the side? Would you go for a different sort of striker? Of course, if we just put these boys in that regularly start for me, is getting someone in alongside Ruben Diaz, is that a priority? Of course, we've got Odriozola back there as well. I think right back, I'm happy with that sort of standard of right back. Grimaldo on the other side, fantastic. Onana, a good fit. It might be a case of bringing in a central midfielder or bringing in another winger. I think that's probably the area, the more I look at it, that's probably the area in which we go to try and strengthen this side. And of course, I think quite a few players maybe will leave this summer as well. It's going to be an interesting time because I've been here for long enough now. The players that I brought in season 1 will probably leave now going into an oncoming season, season 4. So it's going to be exciting and hopefully you're enjoying watching it. We'll be back again later this week, gang. Sorry for the lack of uploads on it. Obviously I had to get through to the end of the season and I had other stuff going on over the weekend and the beginning of the week. So hopefully you've enjoyed it and I'll see you again soon. We love with care. For it's been until next time. Goodbye. Thoughts? Because I'm not even sure.